Hi everybody, this is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka BooBomb967. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well my friends, it's that time again for another anime review. And it's going to be anime review number 3. And this is going to be one of the most shortest Pokemon sagas of all time. So for my next anime review is the Pokemon Best Wishes, the N Saga. And I will say about this saga, it is truly the most darkest saga that you'll ever watch in your life. After all, it does have some good, nice, dark, edgy feel to it, if you know what I mean. And, I will say it's pretty decent. There's some good parts about it, but there's a couple of flaws about it. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my third anime review of Pokemon, the Best Wishes, the N Saga. So, the anime starts off with Ash, Iris, Silent, Pikachu, and Axew are going on to their next adventures of their lives to check out and study. They're hanging on to the right ruins, reuniting with an old friend who is a professor, trying to study and research this very cool legendary Pokemon called Reshiram. Along in their journey, they met a very mysterious dude named N. A guy who does care about Pokemon a lot, and he is also on his journey to see Reshiram himself. And to tell you the truth is, Ash and his friends need to be very careful on their journey because there's a couple of bad guys on the loose in the Universe region called Team Plasma. And Team Plasma has some very evil plans in mind to capture Reshiram. And they're going to use some type of very evil machine where they're going to control Pokemon's minds and give them so much type of powers that'll be way more powerful than before, I guess. So to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, there's only a couple of questions remain. Will ever Ash and his friends, along with N, will ever get to the right ruins in time and try to warn the professor that the evil Team Plasma is coming? Or if Team Plasma is going to rule over the world for both the Pokemon world and the human world? And what's going to happen to Reshiram? Will Reshiram be safe from these evil monsters, or it's going to be controlled by Team Plasma? So anyway, that is my whole entire plot of Pokemon The Best Wishes, the N Saga. And I guess you want to know is, what the heck do I think about this anime saga? I will say it was somewhat good, somewhat okay, but I do like it. It's a pretty decent saga, but to tell you the truth is, it was way too short. I will say the storyline was pretty decent, the characters were decent, I love the dark, edgy feel to it, the animation is fun, I love both the opening and the closing for the animation theme for the saga, and I do enjoy both the English and the Japanese dub for this saga, and the most important thing is, it's great to have Charizard back! One of the best Pokemon ever! And now, ladies and dudes, let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest points of Pokemon The Best Wishes, the N Saga. The strongest point of Pokemon The N Saga is, we have finally got Charizard back! I mean, Charizard is such an epic Pokemon! It's very strong, it's very mature, it got a lot stronger than before, and forgive me for saying this, but Charizard is a way more stronger Pokemon, more than Ash's Pikachu, because this Pokemon has such cool techniques, and I really do love the part where Charizard is facing Iris's Dragonite into a duel. It was so darn epic. And Charizard reunite with Ash, it was pretty darn epic too. I mean, seeing Charizard back is definitely one of the most strongest Pokemon episodes I have ever watched. It was so darn mind-blowing. Charizard is so darn epic. And I just wish that Ash's Charizard should have won that duel. I'm sure he will beat down Iris's Dragonite for good. I mean, for real. But Sally and just stopped the fight, and he thinks that Dragonite and Charizard are very equal. If you know what I mean. But anyway, I freaking love this episode, and I really love the part when Charizard had finally came back. For real. Hooray! And now let's go on to the most weakest point of Pokemon Best Wishes, the N Saga. And sadly, there were only 4 main weak points of this anime saga that I really don't like. The first reason is seeing Ash as a 10-year-old, and I'm very upset for the Pokemon Company for not making Ash as a grown-up. I've been dying and waiting to see Ash getting older. Come on, people, please fix Ash. You've got to make him as an adult and not a little kid. You're leaving one of the most biggest plot holes in Pokemon history. I am so darn angry at you, Pokemon Company, for making Ash as a 10-year-old and not a 20-something-year-old. You've got to make Ash older. Make him taller, make him good-looking, and try to make him as a full adult. And we got to make sure how many years had passed in so many Pokemon series that we've seen for many, many years. So please fix Ash, for goodness sakes! The second weak point is Team Rocket are still being pointless even to this day. I still hate Team Rocket with a burning passion, and they still doing some pointless things in some of the episodes. And they still want to kidnap Ash's Pikachu for some unknown reason, and I'm so darn mad at them. They are so darn immature. And they are being so freaking childish. I just hate them. They are nothing but the main low-class characters of the Pokemon series. I'm sorry, Courtney, but you gotta forgive me. I just want to say that Team Rocket are the worst anime characters of all time. Hands down. The third weakness is Pikachu being a damsel in distress even to this day. I mean, what the heck is going on with Ash's Pikachu? Ash's Pikachu always been a damsel in distress since day one. I mean, this has gotta stop. Who the heck all these bad guys want to capture Ash's Pikachu for? Is it because it's powerful? Is it strong? Is it, something else? Something special? What is it? What is so darn special about Ash's Pikachu? And why do you want to use it for some bad unknown reason? That doesn't make any sense! This has gotta stop right now! For real. And the fourth weakness is, it's too frickin' short. I mean, I just wish that the N Saga should just, add more episodes, just a little bit longer, so we can get to know some more background stories of N, or Team Plasma, or N Sisters. I mean, I want to get to know more about these characters and get to know more about their background stories. That's something I really want to see in the N Saga, is getting to know more background stories of these brand new characters that we had never seen in all the series of Pokemon. And speaking of those new characters, let's get on to them. First off, is Team Plasma. And I will say Team Plasma are really not that bad of a villains. I think they're pretty good. At least they're taking their job seriously, and that's the only credit I want to give them for. And I will say about their leader, he is kind of threatening. He is pretty scary in some unknown reasons. But like I said, I wish we could get to know more of their background story. You know, try to learn about where the heck did they come from and why they're calling themselves Team Plasma. And what is up with this big machine that they want to use to control Pokemon as weapons? If you know what I mean. And as for N's sisters, I wish I could get to know more about their background story. Even the time when these two girls and N, you know, remember all the good and bad times that they had in their childhood. To tell you the truth is, about these two mysterious females, when I saw that opening theme for the N Saga, I was thinking to myself, is that just me, or there's going to be a love triangle going on between N and these two girls? Because I don't think they're really siblings at all, but maybe there's going to be a love triangle going on, and I think it'll be better if we saw something fresh and new where N got to know about these two girls, and maybe he'll start falling in love with one of them. I think that would have been interesting. But sadly, they're siblings. Well, the Japanese dub, yes, but in the English dub, they call N's girls comrades, if you know what I mean. But I wish we could get to know more about these two girls and try to get to know their story, if you know what I mean. And now let's go on to the main character of this anime, and that is N. I frickin' love N. He is such a very cool character. I really love his storyline. I love his personality, attitude. Both the English and the Japanese dub did a pretty good job of voicing this very cool main character. He's very wise, very mysterious, he cares about Pokemon a lot, and he'll do anything in his will and power to protect them all from the evil wrath of Team Plasma. I mean, N rocks! He is such a very cool character, if you know what I mean. And now, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my final thoughts of Pokemon The Best Wishes, the N Saga. Overall, the Pokemon Best Wishes, the N Saga, is pretty darn decent for a saga. I will say the storyline is pretty darn decent, the characters were decent, I do like the animation, I love the dark, edgy feel to it, I do enjoy both the opening and closing for this saga, and I do enjoy both the English and the Japanese dub. And I just wish that the N Saga should have ended up in 20 episodes or something and not 12, 13, or 14. And we gotta get rid of all these flaws that we have already seen from the old Pokemon series, if you know what I mean. So, to tell you the truth is, I decided to give Pokemon Best Wishes the N Saga a 7 out of 10. It's somewhat good, somewhat okay, but we gotta get rid of some flaws. And I guess that's pretty it by now. That is my Pokemon The Best Wishes, the N Saga. I hope you enjoyed this review, and join me next time for my next anime review of Samurai X Trust and Betrayal. And also, ladies and dudes, I want to know is, what is your favorite Pokemon Saga of all time? For me, my most favorite Pokemon Saga of all time is the Orange Island Saga. It had a fresh new storyline, it has good animation, and I really love Tracy as a good character for the second season of Pokemon. So the Orange Islands is definitely my most favorite saga of all time. And tell me what are your favorite Pokemon saga of all time. Whatever it is, leave a comment there and let me know. And that is it for now, and I will see you all later. Sayonara.